Hi guys, it's Patty Boyle from the Healing Room. I really felt the need to start doing readings online again. We're all going through it right now, and I felt like there's messages that need to be put out to the masses, or to at least those who resonate with my channel. And I actually have, today was my first day of starting to do readings again. All right, so I'm not sure on the format. I'm sure I'll be guided. But as it stands now, I'm just going to do the cards, nothing. It's just going to kind of be a short video for everyone, for anybody who is attracted to this material, anybody who's attracted to this video. This essentially is just for you. So I pulled some cards, and the first question I asked was, please give us insight into, for all those who are attracted to this material, what is the energy surrounding today, April 3rd, 2020? And I got the High Priestess, which, as you know, the High Priestess is somebody who very much follows their intuition. So it's intuitively guided, and people who, are starting to see this really horrific situation as something that may have a silver lining. This feels like my demographic of people. So it's basically letting all of you go within. There's a lot of quarantining, and all of us don't have a choice. So everybody's going within. A lot of us didn't have that chance before because we were so busy. We had to pay bills. We had to, feed the kids. We had to make sure we had a roof over our heads so we didn't live under a bridge. But now we don't have a choice. And so it's actually forcing us to go within, which, again, I feel is the thick silver lining. The undercurrent in the situation was the Three of Wands, meaning that we all, again, this is for those who resonate with this channel, who resonate with this material, are feeling like there's more than meets the eye going on right now, that this is going to lead to something better, that our ships are going to come in, that taking this hiatus from this overbusy life, which we've been a part of, this treadmill life, as I call it, has actually stopped us from looking within and saying, wait a minute, why did I incarnate? Like, why am I here? So essentially the energy for today, which is wonderful, means that people are starting to understand that there has to be a silver lining and are actually going within to find it for themselves and for the greater good. And also the Three of Wands signifying that we don't think it's that far off. Like I'm saying, things will probably start turning around within the next few months. And, there'll be, people will start being kinder to each other. There's been a uptick of people helping other people, which has been missing. And there's been a lot of polarity. Everything's been really polarized. And, there's so many issues that people are just not willing to compromise with. So this is the energy for today. So I went further and I asked my highest level spirit guides and angels, and all of your highest level spirit guides and angels, how do we do that? How do we just stay positive, stay optimistic, go within? And of course, I can't make this shit up. I got the Queen of Swords, which means cut through the bullshit. All right? Like all that stuff that you've been doing just to do it because it was fear-based, it was based in lack and survival, it's done. You don't even have a choice. And in addition, I pulled this, which was the undercurrent, which says, the world is actually the society is pulling the rug out from underneath us for the highest good. The Tower always means things that no longer serve us will be leaving us. Okay? So in order for you to go to know that there's something better, to go within and know that there's a positive result, you've just got to let the rug get pulled out from underneath you. Don't try to cling on to the old stuff. Okay? Don't do that. Cut through all the old garbage. We all know what it is. But it's not easy. Life is not easy. And we've, for many years been pushed back into survival mode. Well, at this point in time, it's like our guides and our higher selves, and of course, first and foremost, Prime Creator is saying, you know what? It's time for you guys to remember why you came down here, for the greater good and for yourselves individually. I then pulled cards from this deck. It's a wonderful deck. It's called Energy Oracle Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. And I pulled several cards just to get more of a beat. And, you know, they're oracles as opposed to tarot. I kind of like to mix it up. And the card that flew out, and I really couldn't stop it, was Man Holding a Coin. Going into deeper research, looking into it in the book, signifies we as individuals are in the process of becoming more prosperous, more abundant by doing what we love, what we were meant to do before we came here. It's just like trying to, you actually just have to try to believe that. Sometimes well, not sometimes, all the times you have to believe it before you see it, okay? And I asked for more information on how to feel secure in this. And the card that popped up was Archangel Michael, the first chakra, which of course is money, security, okay? So we're in the process of clearing out this root chakra, the first chakra. There's many ways to do this. You can literally physically do it, like if you follow Donna Eden's work. You can go counterclockwise in front of your root chakra, which is your pelvic bone, which is your like the very bottom of your spine, but you can do it in the front, okay? And you can turn your hand over this spot because our hands are electromagnetic and they can move energy. So you can actually, over the root chakra, go counterclockwise, you know, for about 1 minute to 2 minutes, stop, and then go clockwise for 1 minute to 2 minutes and stop. And what that's going to do is it's going to open up and release a lot of old, hidden, fear-based issues with lack and security and nothing but, you know, survival. Okay. The next card I pulled was anxiety. And obviously, you know, again, I can't make this up. Because all of us are going through such anxious times, it's important that we do this, all right? Because we have to really believe it before we see it. And if you continue to trust, all right, this is basically saying the demographic of people who are going to watch this video are the type of people who are more metaphysically driven, who believe in the spiritual connection. And I feel like we're getting pushed into becoming more of who we're really supposed to be. In order for that to come, you actually have to, anxiety can be quelled by grounding. And all you need to do for this is to, you know, I was listening to Eckhart Tolle and he was saying, if you can just take, you know, 5 minutes out of the day and just bring yourself back into your body. Now it sounds really foofy, but what that means is close your eyes and kind of feel your hand, right? You feel your hand. And when you feel your hand, what are you feeling? You're actually feeling the energy inside of your body, inside of your hand. And he said you can do that with your feet. You can do that with, you know, your whole body. I'm also a big believer, if you don't want to go that route, in just going outside. And I feel like earthing or grounding, taking off your shoes. Yes, taking off your shoes, going barefoot, even in your socks, and staying out there, sitting next to a tree, standing next to a tree. But give yourself some time out there, you know. Do 5 minutes to an hour. Just, we have time now. Go into your backyard. Go into a park that nobody's at. I don't know how legal that is right now. I know everybody's quarantining. But for those who still have that option, who don't have an amazing tree or amazing foliage in their yards, find a place that does, okay? Because it will literally quell your anxiety. Because anxiety is caused from thinking, like worrying about tomorrow and regretting yesterday. Like you're not in the present. So these two things that I just, you know, these two techniques will bring you into the present, okay? The door to personal healing and happiness. So this is a wonderful card. I just asked for additional information. And as I was reading this card, basically the universe is saying, understand that this time period is supposed to be a door to personal healing and happiness eventually. That this is not a mistake. This is not, the universe doesn't make mistakes. And if you just follow your heart, all right? If you just follow your heart, trust that your ships are going to come in. Understand that more abundance and prosperity and a feeling of trusting that the universe will keep you abundant and prosperous. Clearing out that chakra, all right? The first chakra, okay? I also have another card that fell over here. I'll see if I can get it. All right, let me see if I can pop down real quick and grab it for you guys. Okay, here it is. So this card here was underneath anxiety, all right? And this is the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. So as I was saying, the door to personal healing and happiness can be facilitated through getting in touch with what's making you anxious, all right? Now the third chakra deals with your power, all right? Deals with moving forward, confidence, independence, feeling like you have what it takes to move forward into this brand new beginning. And that you will trust the universe and trust your heart. And that you will trust that the universe has your back, right? As far as not having to worry about, will I have enough? Will I be like living, under a bridge, right? So this is basically letting you know anxiety can be quelled by understanding that. Be confident in who you are. You're an amazing being. Like Bashar says, this is no kindergarten. We are magicians, I, Magi Nation. For you guys who watch Bashar, you understand what I'm talking about. And just confident in understanding that we really don't have a choice but to start something brand new, right? That's another reason why I moved forward and started doing this channel. Because I had let it fall along the wayside, but I love doing it. And I thought, well, geez, I can't do my other jobs, so why don't I go back to what I love and what I feel like is part of my destiny? Okay. Now, the last card I pulled was the card for, it's the Ascension card deck. This is an Ascension card deck. It's by Diana Cooper. It's amazing. And this card is called Lemurian Healing, right? All of us are releasing and healing right now. Every single one of us are releasing things from this life, from past lives. Some of us are just having crying jags and we don't know why. Just cry. Don't try to dip deep into it. Don't try to find out exactly why. Just let your body release this trapped emotion. All right. So let me read this card to you guys so you can get a better idea. Okay. Lemurians were fifth dimensional androgynous beings who loved and wanted to heal Earth. They drew the love of God through the cosmic heart into this planet. Lemurians gathered the divine qualities from our energy fields and that of other stars, adding this to pure source light in order to form healing crystals to help us through the transition to the new golden age. The Lemurians then placed these healing crystals in the earth to light up the ley lines. So even now, when two or more gather with humility to focus on these crystals, powerful healing takes place. So this, I feel like, has a few meanings. I do feel like the energy of the Lemurians is palpable right now. I do feel like those who work with crystals would do well to use it on themselves and maybe teach others how to use crystals for themselves. Because obviously now with quarantining, people will have to do their own work. I also feel that many of us have that connection to Lemuria, and we're peaceful. We didn't want things to get so out of control. They have. And using the tools of crystals could actually facilitate more healing. But even if you don't use crystals, allowing yourself to heal, okay? I feel like this is the golden age. This is, ushering in the age of Aquarius right now. This is what, I had this download that kept coming into my head. It said, remember your training. We were built for this. All those who are watching this video, you're built for this. You're the light workers. You're the light bearers. You know, like Adamus Saint Germain says, sit on the park bench, exude your light. You know, my fellow Shambra, this is our work, is to just step into our master, step into becoming more of a master, because we're all masters. It's just, are we going to acknowledge it? Are we going to let it become a part of our existence? Because there's the human and the master. There's a human life we have to live, and then there's the master life, which is actually understanding that we are our reality. We are the architects of our reality. We can create. We always are creating. It's just, are we integrating that in? Are we understanding that? Do we really believe it, or is it just something we say? And now is the time to start applying these things that we've put on the back burner for so many years. Because again, many of us who are light workers, who've been on this path for a long time, we know this. This is old. It's just that life, again, I can't emphasize this enough. Life is difficult. We get pulled right back in. It's like, you know, we get pulled into, you know, the matrix. We get pulled right back in. The gravitational pull is so strong. And then we start listening to people who maybe, you know, we shouldn't listen to, because they're coming from a place of fear or lack. And as light workers, we kind of figured it out that that can only make it worse. So, just as an overall reading with all of these, you know, cards that I pulled, the message is this: ground, know that better days are coming, be not in the fear, but be in the wonder of what's to come. Do your best to see life through the lens of, wow, we got a break. This is the great reset, the great do-over. Now, this doesn't mean throw caution to the wind. It still means, you know, wash your hands, quarantine, you know, put the masks on. Because, you know, you might have a dip in consciousness. We're human beings, right? And to me, I feel like health has a great deal to do with frequency and vibration. So there's no way we can't get pulled into this gravitational fear now and again. So don't not listen to the authorities on as far as health goes. But in addition to that, let's just keep our vibrations high, because we need each other right now. Anyway, much love to all of you. Stay well, stay high frequencied, and be blessed. Thank you.